General structure of if-else statement. So if-else statement checks the given condition as we did in the if statement as well. If test expression is evaluated to true, statements inside the body of if are executed. If test expression is evaluated to false, statements inside the body of else are executed. So now we'll study the general structure of if-else statement. So first we'll start our condition by putting in the if statement and the block of code which will be executed if the test condition is true, and we'll put the keyword else followed by a block of code which is going to be executed if the test condition gets failed. So look at here friends, so this is one block of code and this is another block of code. This block is executed when the condition is true and this is when the condition is false. So either of these blocks will be definitely executed depending upon the truth value of the test condition. Friends, this is our last program where we tested for the biggest number among the two input numbers. So in this program I am going to show you how if-else can be implemented on the same program by eliminating some code, right? So this will be the demo of if-else structure, right? So here I will be making some modifications by changing this to if-else structure. So here I will be using the same two variables for storing the two integers. First I will check for the greatness of num1. If number 1 is more than number 2, I will say percent is bigger than percentage, that is num1 is bigger than num2. So in the second if structure I will be checking for the greatness of num2. So here there are just two possibilities, either number 1 can be biggest or number 2 can be biggest. If number 1 is biggest, so definitely number 2 cannot be. If num1 can't be, then definitely num2 will be the biggest number. So it is understood that if the num1 is not the biggest number, definitely be num2, right? So I'll just erase this logical condition and I'll just put the word else here. This means either this will be executed, else this is executed. So this will be executed for sure when the num2 is biggest. So let's run this program. 4 is bigger than 3. 6 is bigger than 4. 8 is bigger than 2. So this is how we use if-else structure. And friends, in this program I'll be demonstrating the if-else structure to check the equality of two numbers which will be inputted to the program. So I'll check whether the two incoming integers are equal or not. For that I'm going to use two variables for storing the two integers. So first I'll use the if condition part of the if-else statement. So if n1 is equal to n2, if this is true, if n1 is equal to n2, I will print the statement telling both numbers are equal. If both numbers are not equal, the user should be informed with the message numbers are not equal. So I will put that message in the else part, because the else part, the block contained in the else block will be definitely executed when if not works. Numbers are not equal. So let's go and run this program. Sorry, I should put a comma here. Control F9. Please enter two integers to check 3, 4. Numbers are not equal because when n has got 3 and n2 has got 4. 3 equals to 4 returns 0, which is false. So in this case, the if will not be executed and else will be definitely. Right? So let's run this program again. Both numbers are equal now. So this is how if else works. So try out more and more programs checking the conditions for whether the number is divisible by 5 or not, whether the number is positive or negative, whether the number is divisible by 10 or not, or whether the number is odd or even, whether the given year is a leap or not. So there are plenty of conditions to check. There are plenty of problems that we can solve using C program. Now I'll show you how to check for a number divisibility by 5. So right. So in this program, I'm going to check a given number divisible by 5 or not, whether the number is going to be completely divided by 5 or not. So for that, I'm going to use a single variable, which is enough here. So first I'll go and tell the user to enter a number. How would we decide whether a number is divisible by 5 or not? So let us divide the given number by 5. If the remainder equals to 0, then I would say the given number is completely divisible by 5. If I get anything apart from 0 as the remainder, the number is not divisible by 5. So let's go and do that. First I'll check for the number for divisibility, num slash 5. This will divide the number by 5 and gives you the quotient. But we don't want the quotient here. Let's find out the remainder. So this will give you the remainder, right? So num mod 5 will give you the remainder. So this will be enclosed in a parenthesis. If the result of this num mod 5, so I'm going to store the given number in the variable num, and that number will be divided by the integer 5. Let us say, suppose I'll store 10 in num. So 10 mod 5 will give you the remainder 0, and I'll check that remainder for 0. If this is 0, the result of this is equals to 0, right, then I would say the number is divisible by 5. So let us put this entire thing in the if condition, right? So if num mod 5 equals to 0, I would say this. So just I'm printing a single statement, I'm executing a single statement, so I don't need to have to be enclose this in the curly parenthesis. So yes, the number is divisible by 5. Else it is not. That's it, right? Else printf. Else if this doesn't work, I'll be printing sorry, the number isn't divisible by 5, right? Let's go and run this. Control F9, enter a number. Sorry, the number is not divisible by 5. That's all right. So what's happening here? Slash n is printing again, right? Just erase this extra slash. So 5. Yes, the number is divisible by 5. 100. Yes, the number is divisible by 5. 67. Sorry, the number is not divisible by 5. That's right. So this is how we can achieve the result by using if-else statement. So remember friends, when you're going to check for the two possibilities, either one of the two possibilities is going to be executed. If you're sure about that, then use if-else structure, right? And there is one more operator called conditional operator, which is suitable here to discuss, because the conditional operator works similar to the if-else statement or double if statements. If we use two if statements or if-else statements, it is similar working with the conditional operator. So let's find out what is the conditional operator. The question symbol and a colon, a pair of these two symbols is called as conditional operator, right? So the syntax is like this. First we'll put the expression 1, which is normally a logical condition, followed by the question mark, and the expression 2 colon the expression 3, and end this statement with the semicolon. Expression 1 is evaluated. If it is true, then expression 2 is evaluated and becomes the value of the entire conditional operator expression. If expression 1 is false, then expression 3 is evaluated and its value becomes the value of the entire expression or the entire conditional operation. So now I'll show you the conditional operator with an example. So in this program, again I'm going to check for the biggest of two numbers using the conditional operator. So first I'll be using two variables, num1 which is having the value 10 and num2 which will be holding number 20. Okay, so let me add the clear screen here. So first here I'll start by comparing the two numbers. Num1 more than num2. Here just I'm guessing what happens if num1 is more than num2. First put the question mark here. So this will be the expression 1, and here in this part put the expression 2, and here expression 3, right? So this is the format. So put the result in this place, in the place of expression 2 that you want when num1 is more than num2. So I will print the message in this place. So here I'll tell if num1 is not more than num2, I'll say, and one more thing, don't put the semicolon after printf because we are not going to end the statement there, right? So semicolons are not required here. So let's go and run this. So remember, num1 has got 10, num2 has 20. Control F9. So num2 is biggest. So that is what we wanted, right? So now we'll check for the equality. So if num1 equals to num2, both are so equal. Both are equal. Not equal. So remember, this part is for true value, this part is for false value. So num1, num2 are not equal, so the result is not equal. Let's go and make them equal. Control F9 again. Both are equal. So this is how conditional operator works. So this is similar to if else. So this is the if condition and the code inside the if. This is code inside the else. So here in this, so using conditional operator, we can combine both if and else together in a single statement.